everyone, welcome to my office and my channel. This is Aligned and Alive inside my office, Infinity Wellness and Chiropractic in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, central Wisconsin. I'm excited to have you along for the ride with my new channel. This channel is all about tasty and simple recipes, movement that matters, and actionable health tips. I want to make sure that you can be as healthy as possible. So thanks for joining in. Please subscribe and like my videos. And today we're going to get started right away. Today we're going to talk about posture, because posture in my line of work is really, really important. Posture is the window to your spine, which is the window to your health. In other words, if you've got poor posture, you're probably not going to have as great a health as you want to have. I want to help you have better posture right off the bat today. How are we going to figure that out? Well, I'm going to show you what good posture is and what bad posture is, right? So let's start off with bad posture. So bad posture, you've probably seen kids that are walking around all slumped forward, hunched forward. They're sitting in their beds or sitting in their cars. You've probably seen people who have to continually do one motion, repetitive motion. There's all kinds of bad postures, but the most prevalent ones are due these days, it seems like, to technology. It's that text neck. It's that rounding of the upper back. It's that head way out in front of our body, right? Those are the things that I see all day, every day, right? And what does bad posture do? Well, bad posture is going to change how our body works, right? So if our head is in front of our body, it's kind of like a bowling ball, right? Your head is a bowling ball. Is it easier to hold a bowling ball out in front of you or close to you? Absolutely, much closer. Your head, every inch forward, doubles the weight of that head, right? And the more you look down, the heavier your head is. So if you're looking down at 60 degrees, your head essentially weighs like 60 pounds. That's not great. So when we have that forward head posture, or we're looking down, what that's doing is that's putting extreme pressure on the muscles of our neck in the front and the back, and our upper back and chest muscles, even into the muscles in our lower back. So what do we need to do about it? We need to work on our posture, because the last thing we want is that bad posture causing headaches, causing neck pain, causing us to not be able to sleep, or irritability, or not be able to breathe properly. Because guess what? When our head is forward, it also cuts off some of the signal to our diaphragm. Our diaphragm can't work as well when our head is in front of our bodies, We even know, based on science and studies, that forward head posture, this is associated with increased morbidity and mortality. So let's do ourselves a favor, do our family members a favor, and learn how to have better posture and have our head more over our body, right? So let's start off by evaluating what good posture is, because we don't know where we're going if we don't have a checkpoint, right? So from the front, we want this plane of our face to be over our sternal notch, this little spot right here on our upper chest, over our belly button, and then imagine there was a space between your ankles, right? That's vertical. We want all of that to be in a single line, right? And we don't want any tips or tilts, right? We don't want any high shoulders or high hip or head tilted or twisted to one way. We want everything as even and as good as possible. Now from the side, we want to see that our ear, our shoulder, our hip, which is also known as the greater trochanter, and our ankle, that lateral bone in our ankle called lateral malleolus, we want all of those in line as well. So when we're in good posture, everything should line up, right? The problem is with technology these days, our head is doing this and is doing this. So how do we work on that? How do we improve that? We improve that by working on retracting our neck back. Now, at first, when you're bringing that whole head back, you're not just tucking your chin, you're not just tipping your head, that whole head is retracting backwards. When that head retracts backwards, some people tell me, oh my gosh, this doesn't feel right. Or, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm getting a double chin. Well, over the course of time, if you slowly get to be like this, and I force your head to come back like this, it's not going to feel right because you've gotten used to the poor posture. That doesn't mean it's healthy that it doesn't feel right. It means we've got some work to do, right? So that neck retraction, keeping that head over the body, kind of holding it there for 10, 15, 20 seconds. You can do that while you're in your car. You could do that on the grocery store line. You could do that while watching TV at your desk, right? Another good exercise, this one you could also do at your desk or at the end of the night, is to work on opening these shoulders up. Because when the head goes forward, many times these shoulders roll forward too, right? So if we want to open those shoulders up, help that body stay open, we want to bring our thumbs, our elbows down at our sides, our thumbs pointing behind us, and work on squeezing those shoulder blades down and back, right? So squeezing those scapulas together. When you do this, you should feel a stretch here, potentially a stretch in your shoulders. You should feel the muscles in between your shoulder blades squeezing and working. Think about like a golf ball between those shoulder blades and keeping it there. You're squeezing those shoulder blades down and back. Think about those shoulder blades going in and tucking into the pocket on the opposite side of your pants, right? So down and back. And again, hold that for 15, 20, 30 seconds and do that a few times throughout the course of the day. Now, posture is one of those things you have to continually be aware of. You have to be kind of working on it all the time because we've got this thing called gravity, and gravity pulls us forward naturally. We have to combat gravity, and we also have to combat all of our habits that we have in our daily lives. So not only do we need to do some exercises, right? But if we change some habits, that could be really helpful too. So instead of texting and having your phone down here, move your phone up so you're texting more in front of your face. If you're reading a book, instead of reading it down here, bring that book up a little bit. Every little bit counts when we're trying to get that head up and over our bodies and have better posture, right? So those are a few small things that you can do. But the thing is when you add those small things in and you do them over a long period of time, they add up to big changes, right? Small hinges, big doors. We want to think about the small changes that can have maximal impact. And our posture being so important to our overall health and well-being, we really do want to pay attention to this, right? So start implementing some exercises today. Start watching your habits and improving those habits. And let's see where your health can be in a week, 2 weeks, 4 months, a year from now. Because I want you to live vibrantly. I want you to have a body that supports you when what you want to do in life, not having aches and pains and problems. So you got to do it by starting one little step at a time. So do that today. Come back tomorrow to the channel. My goal is to have 2 or 3 videos out every week within those different categories of food, fitness, movement, and actionable health tips. So we really can move the needle in your health journey and in your life so you can have a life that you love and are able to live what you want to live through a body that supports you. Thanks for tuning in. If you like this, hit the like button down below, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Let me know what you'd love to learn about in terms of health and well-being, because I'm your resident expert and I'd love to help you. Thanks for tuning in.